This exhibition is called Bears, Nature, Culture and Beyond. This exhibition has been inspired by a research project at Nottingham which looks at the presence of bears in early modern England. And so we wanted to show how bears become part of human culture and the kinds of interactions that humans and animals may have had at that time. And we also wanted to broaden it out to show how bears are still relevant to our culture today.
One of the things that's really surprised us from the Box Office Bears research is just how much bears were enmeshed in early modern culture and how many times we're finding them in the archives. Bears were a really common sight in the early modern period, so that's Shakespeare's time. Any village or town is likely to have seen at least one travelling bear each year, travelling with its bear ward or the person who looked after the bear. At the time, an enormous entertainment, as popular as going to a play and seeing Hamlet, was bear baiting, which was a horrible, cruel sport where dogs were set on animals, including bears, to fight for human entertainment. Bear baiting was banned in 1835. Bear dancing continued until the early 1900s. But bears are part of human society and have been for thousands of years. An example of that is our teddy bears. Why do we give replicas of large carnivores that could eat you to our children when they're tiny? So bears are completely enmeshed in our society, so much so that perhaps we don't even think about them being bears.
One of the really special items that we have is this bear tibia, so shin bone, which comes from a dig in Bankside in London. So we think that around Shakespeare's time, this would have been a bear that would have performed in some of the bear fighting pits in London. We've also got a lot of items that are relevant to children and to the local area. We're really excited to have bear pots in this exhibition. So this is a Nottingham stoneware bear pot. We think it is probably dated around 1750, so the 18th century. And it shows how local artists would have been inspired by the fact that bears lived in this country and were performing in sometimes not very nice ways, but it shows how they become part of human culture.
So bears are all around us, but perhaps you don't think about them. If you go over to Warwickshire, you've got the bear and the ragged staff on the symbols of the county. You've got teddy bears being given to children. You have bears in advertising. So Fox's Glacier Mints, it's a polar bear on an ice floe. There's all sorts of bears that you can see, but perhaps you've never thought about.